Okay, so YouTube told me to start videoing things and documenting my lifestyle right now, what I'm doing. So my name's Kunal, obviously, to introduce myself. That's Kunal, or K. A lot of people call me K. Right now, I am like a level 2 plumber. So I've finished my plumbing diploma in college. I went to Eastleigh College in Southampton, or Eastleigh, wherever. And I'm in the south of England, so the jobs are available, but there's a lot of us down here, so the opportunity is a little bit you have to look a bit further, you have to be willing to drive, but it's not too bad. So getting back to it, I finished my level 2 plumbing diploma, and what I'm trying to do now is find an MVQ level 2 apprenticeship, so I can either move on straight into getting on site and having my blue CSCS card, or completely just going off on my own and somehow getting my MVQ with someone like a school and just paying my way through. So yeah, right now I'm just laboring and doing gate work. So I managed to get the qualification to do traffic management and gate embankment course. So tomorrow I've got a shift, and I've got a week's worth of shifts as well. It's not bad. It's quite good money, and you're not doing a lot. You're not doing a lot at all. So if you want a quick earner or a bit of good money, I suggest getting that certification. You know, my agency advised me to do it, and it was what, £30. It took me an hour to complete maximum. I think it was about 20-30 minutes actually. So it's really good. It gives you an extra couple of quid per hour. So you know, an extra £20-30 a day does help. You know, it just offsets the tax, as we know, HMRC. But that's what I've been doing so far. Like all of 2024 was just focusing on me getting some kind of trade. So I studied from 23 September 2023 all the way to, oh no, actually 2022 September all the way to 24 April. And then since then I've been applying on Gov UK for apprenticeships. I've been applying, I think I've applied for a few companies actually. I've applied for, what is it, Southern Water. I've applied for Synergy. I've applied for Octopus Energy, quite a few others as well. I just can't remember right now. Even Avery, like Radiant, our local housing associations, which they take on junior plumbers, and you can get more and more senior as you go. But that's what I've been struggling with so far, and it's just my focus right now is to improve my life by earning more as much as I can in my normal day-to-day life, you know. And then when I come home, I also have a side hustle, so I do like sell things on eBay. It's not a huge shop. I just find things on site that I can buy or take, you know. Sometimes it's free. They're usually in a skip. Like I've got about, I know there's like 100 bulbs that I've asked the site manager, can I have 100 bulbs? And it was literally in a skip. And I was like, what is this doing here? And he was like, nothing. And it was about to rain, so I took it. And I've got quite a big car, so I thought, screw it, I'm going to do it. And I've had these bulbs since, what, September? And it's just slow money, you know, but it's free money. So anything to improve your life, man, I'm doing whatever I can. So I'm just going to document my journey, see if I can assist anyone or even be assisted in some kind of way. I mean, I'm not asking for handouts, but you know, if you don't know how big the world is, you don't know what's out there. So I'm just telling you guys what I'm up to today. I think I got a call from Aviva Insurance, so I'm going to see where that goes, and pretty much just go from there. If they can provide me with a job, stable job, while I look for an apprenticeship, I will go into detail a little bit later in some other videos about why I'm going down that route. But my major focus in my career right now is just to become a fully qualified plumber that I can get on site, so I can earn more money, man. I mean, that's the goal, of course. Everyone's trying to do earn more money. You're probably going to see as well in my room, I've got loads of fucking goals everywhere, things that I want to achieve and just to reflect on daily. When you look at yourself, I suggest you do that because it reminds you where you're going, what you're doing. But I am no means someone to base your life off. Okay, so going back to it, we need to pretty much get back on site, get my MVQ, and then once I get my CSCS card, I will be a junior plumber or an apprentice plumber. That's the plan anyway. But right now I've applied for Aviva as an insurance claim handler, and then that should give me some stable work and money and, you know, my lifestyle right now. I moved back home, back to my mom's place. I lived on my own for like 3 years, no, two years. Found it very difficult. I don't know if you guys have experienced also the UK economy, but it is what it is. Found it very, very difficult to save, and you know, I've got a lot of plans in the near future, which I will talk about in the video. And it's not just me; there's other people that I need to take care of. So yeah, there's a lot to do, and I just want to kind of document my journey. It's going to be a long process. Why not document it? Because then it's something that I can look back on, and something that you guys can either relate to or use for your own advantage, you know. So getting that job would really help me out because I would be on a salary. I wouldn't be looking for work weekly on an agency. And, you know, oh, my arm's killing me. I did shoulders and chest the other day. And then obviously I can save whilst doing that, and then looking for an MVQ or apprenticeship. The biggest blessing in my life has to be that my mum, you know, people talk about their costs and stuff, but my mum's letting me live rent free. I do chip in for food, you know, I do chores, and I just I paid for a gym membership for the entire year, just things to make the deal sweeter. And I am getting on a little bit, so I am a little bit embarrassed to talk about it, but hey, it is what it is. In order to get far or ahead, you need to sometimes take an L, or sometimes, you know, you just gotta bite the bullet, as we say. But what I'm looking forward to is if I can save this, because if I can save money whilst I'm home, is that eventually I'll be able to buy my own property. And I have made some headway, so I have saved a few £1,000s, and in the few next months I will probably have enough for a deposit. It's just the case of having a salary, so I can buy myself a little place, get a mortgage, potentially get married soon. And yeah, there's just a lot to do. There's a lot to think about. I'm 28 years old, just to give you some kind of reference point of who I am and what's going through my life. But yeah, this is the day in the life of a younger guy in the UK. It's not the easiest thing if you don't come from that kind of lifestyle, but everyone's probably in it. I'm not complaining. Just get to work. But today is like my last day off from the New Year break, bruh. So I need to get back into schedule and routine. Way too much partying and chilling out with family. Don't really go outside anymore, like go out. Had a little get together with the friends, like people that I've known for 15-25 years, some of them. And now it's time to get back to business, get back to work, smash the year, get myself a decent role, and save some money, get into property, and just document the journey the entire way. So this is what I'm doing with you guys. I've decided to start the journey now and tell you guys what it's like and what you're gonna face. So if you are getting into construction, the first thing I could say, yeah, just get your CSCS card. Get your CSCS card, because as soon as you're a labourer, you're gonna earn like £2 to £3 more than your minimum wage, you know. And I know it doesn't seem like a lot in the beginning, but when you do it, you're gonna know, oh shit, what was I doing this whole time? It's so easy. It's manual labor, you know. If you're a guy, even if you're a girl, look, if you're tough enough, fucking do it. Okay, sorry. Okay, language. If you're strong enough, if you're gonna deal with it 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day, it's quite laborious, but you can do it. You can do it. You can muscle through it. The money's much better, and you know, you can only go up, you can only upskill from that point. So once you've got your CSCS card, I think it lasts 3 or 4 years, then you can have a look into some kind of trade. And what I suggest is when you're on site, start to walk around. Don't loiter, but walk around and have a look at what interests you. What kind of building do you like doing? Do you like groundworks? Do you like plumbing? Do you like carpentry? Do you like metalworks? Do you like fascia boards? Do you like painting? Do you like plaster? What do you like doing? Do you like doing brickwork? What satisfies you? And then once you've worked out kind of what makes you tick or what you wouldn't mind doing, because I know what people say in construction, it's not what people love, but I don't think that's true. You either get two types of people on site. You get someone who was either like born into it almost, where their dad has done that and then their uncles have done that, and now this is all their family kind of know, which is not a bad place to be because you're going to get a head start. But those people aren't really grateful for it, and to be honest with you, they don't make the most out of it. They're not really happy to be there unless they are the ones that started it or wanted to ask their dad to start with them. You could be one of those people, or you could be someone like me who is literally quite foreign to this world. I got into construction a little bit later on. I've always had an interest in it. I used to practice at home and do DIY with my grandfather when I was younger, but never professionally. And the reason why I had to kind of nurture myself in that environment is because it's a different world. I come from a personal training world, a gym world where it's quite pristine and clean, and everyone is, everyone, it's the complete opposite. Like everyone's dressed up nice, everyone's there to look good and to be the best version of themselves. But when you go on site, sometimes you will see tired and knackered people, or a lot of effing and blinding and swearing, or just not always the pretty side of society. Let's just put it that way. So if this really is for you, then I suggest you get into something that you love, or something that makes you want to earn more and that you can deal with doing for a decent amount of time. Like, I don't wake up in the morning and go, oh, I wasn't born and be like, I can't wait to be a plumber. It's just something that I'm going to be doing in order to improve my life, and I don't mind doing it. I find it interesting. I like the way we bring water to houses and we help society, It's a really important part of the community. So I like that aspect of things. It's just completely up to you. It can be your mind works better with shapes and you are better with your hands. So maybe you want to be a carpenter. Maybe you want to be a fabricator. I don't know. Maybe you want to do steelworks. It's completely whatever your interest is. So you have to decide kind of what you want to do on site, and then nurture yourself in that environment and talk to people who have been doing it, and then see what they have to say as well. That's what I've been doing anyway. I've been walking around on site, talking to plumbers, talking to gas engineers, and figuring out which possible routes would I want to go within construction and within plumbing. So do I want to do first fix? Do I want to do second fix? Do I want to be a gas engineer? Do I want to be groundworking and do that side of things? Even though in England, plumbing and groundworks are a bit separate trades. But it's you have to kind of decide. You are either ushered into it from an early age, like when you're 16, 17 and your family does it, or you have to decide that you like to do it. And yeah, long story short, I came from a personal training background. So going back to Eastleigh College, that was the third time actually I've been to college. So the second time was personal training and the first time was my A-levels. So that just gives you a retrospect of how many times I've restarted. It's not the end of the world. It never is. And I'm sure there's someone worse out there than me, but if you're doing better than me, then fantastic, good for you. If college was your first try, then you're ahead, you're good. But I'm just telling you what I've had to do, okay? So yeah, if you do want to start in construction, that's what I suggest you do. You need to speak to people as many as you can, even if it means emailing local companies and asking them for a shadow day. I remember when I did this for like 3-4 days straight. I went through all of My Builder, not just My Builder, that's a crap one. trust the trader, look online and put the locality to 5 miles so you can get there on time if you don't have a car. Call them, email them, and ask them if they're willing to you know, give you a few days shadow work. Like, you're just following them around, you're giving them free work. It's work experience, but then you get an idea of how to work, what kind of companies you want to work with, and what the work entails. You know what your day-to-day life is going to be like. And I remember I called up quite a few companies. I had out of about 20-30 heads that actually got back to me, I think 2 to 3, so it's like 10%, 2 or 3 actually wanted me to come or were responsive, you know. I remember I did go out with one of these guys. Like, I did two days with him, and then I did another one in Botley, and I did one in Avebury as well, actually, when I shadowed this guy. That was the first initial one. But when you do this, it's the most insightful thing you can do when it comes to knowing what you really want to do. Because first of all, it's going to tell you what companies are rubbish in the area, and you know what kind of workmanship I'm talking about, like just dodgy people. And it also gives you kind of insight to, do you really want to do this? Like, can you do this for 5 to 10 years, like, without complaining? Because I don't like to complain or live against the grain. You don't want to do that. It's tiring, it's stressful, and you're gonna get ill, or you're gonna want to sleep in every day of your life. You can't tell me you won't, because I know. Look, we can look at each other and I know. Okay, so you need to know what you're doing and what you're getting into before you start anything. And if you're like me when you were young, like when I was really young, I was quite fickle. I would give up, or if I didn't like something, I would just leave. And I used to think of that as a weakness, but now I look at it and I'm like, maybe sometimes you have to close doors, but you know, you get to these points in life where you close one door and you open another door, you close another door and you open another door. You don't really get anywhere. So you have to open one door, choose, stick, and carry on for a little while, make some progress with it. And if you're not happy after a few years, I suggest maybe 2 years minimum. 2 years minimum. If you're still failing, if you're still struggling, if you're not progressing, okay, maybe then have a look at other things you can do. But when you get into something like this, like construction, where it requires a lot of qualifications and investment and time, like most things, you have to be sure about what you're doing. And I know that this kind of trade is not going anywhere. You know, it was here before me, it'll be here after me. And I know that these people will continue to do these kind of careers. And I know the money is really good in plumbing. The money in gas engineering is really good. So that's my goal, is to try and become almost so okay and on my feet that I will be looking back at this and being like, what the hell? What was I crying about? That's the end goal. And I'm just going to document it with you guys. I'm going to wrap this up because I know it's getting long. So I want you guys to be part of that, and I want to kind of help everyone else as well. Even though you're coming along with me, I feel like it should give you some advice, because I know there must be a couple of people out there like me. So let me know, and I'll get back to you guys. I'm gonna go gym, get in a session of back, and then I've got a shift tomorrow on the gate in Botley Park. Probably 7 till 4. So, and it's not bad. I'm up at 16.50. Not bad. You're just a gateman. So 16.50 an hour for a 30-minute qualification. Come on, it makes sense. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you later. I'll see you in the next video.